DJ Coach Q. And in the house, I got kind of highlight all of our student athletes, our coaches, our parents, and a lot of people in our community. We kind of highlight them all during the show to kind of let people know that they're doing good out there in the sports world. We're one of a kind around here, and so all you guys that listen to the show, I want to say thank you to you for listening and continue on listening. And today, you guys, is kind of like I can't say really a sad episode, but the school year is over. The school year is over. We all spent the entire year just traveling, watching games. And then one good thing that I know about you guys is that you don't just watch Winnebago games. You guys go and watch all kind of different sports. So we're gonna talk a lot about the year in sports this episode. We're going to get into the Nebraska State track meet. If you look at Coach Nick's sweater right there, he's got the logo. And both him and I were down at the state track meet, and we were following the Winnebago athletes that we have, our little Ho Chunk relatives, and they all did a really good job, and we'll talk about that here in the show. We'll also get into a recap of the 2025-2026 sports year here in Winnebago. We will start with football and volleyball, and we'll go get into basketball a little bit, cross country too. Yep. And good thing we have Coach Nick here, because he's the PR guy for the school, so he kind of has to be there, And then even if he's not there, he has to be the one to follow up with the scores and make sure the community and the parents all get the proper information. So Coach Nick had a big job, and I'm glad he's here with us. Yep. And he's probably, as long as he's gonna be the PR guy, he's probably gonna be our connect down here. So anytime we got questions, or if we wasn't at a certain event, just reach out to Coach Nick. You know what I'm saying? So then we'll get into basketball season and wrestling, okay? And then we'll move on into the spring sports, which just got done, track and field, boys golf. I'm definitely gonna talk about that too. But before we get into it, guys, as we do always on the show, we do early shout-outs. So I'm gonna give you guys both an opportunity for some early shout-outs.
Go ahead, Nick. You started off. What?
We started off with conditioning this week. So shout out to all the kids that have been coming through, getting their lifted. We have some kids coming in at 6 a.m. We have a couple kids going to 2-a-days. So just shout out to all those kids that are getting in the weight room, getting themselves better.
Nice shout out.
I want to give a shout out to Tony Wood. No, I don't. I don't want to give a shout out to Tony Wood.
He almost got a shout
out. So let's see. I had one just lined up, but then that one kind of stole it from me. So I do got a brother that I'm gonna give a shout out to. He recently got a new gig, and he's kind of learning it right now. Shout out to Coach Q and what he's doing behind the scenes here, and he got the new job. I don't even know what your title is right now.
Radio station manager.
Kind of took over the ones and twos and stuff for Beth, and we got a little late start today because him and Kev are making things work, and they're trying to figure it out on the fly. So shout out to Big Kev back here too. He's kind of hiding behind the cameras a little bit. So
yeah. Well, hey, good shout out, man. It's always good to hear from other people that you're doing good things. So I appreciate that, BLUV. And just so you know, I'm in a place where I'm comfortable and I love. So this comes easy. So my early shout out is I got to give a shout out to the coaching staff at Winnebago. Just like Coach Nick said, he was talking about the workouts and stuff. Now, when I cruised by earlier, they were working out. The coaches are out there sweating, they're out there sweating, and they're not young. They're not young as they used to be. Like these athletes that they're working out and stuff like that. But they're out there, and I even saw Coach Markel was out there working out with them. So I'll give a shout out to her. But I also want to give a shout out to Coach Dusty and Coach Cobe and Coach Nick, and there's another coach,
VJ. Yep.
And VJ, Coach VJ, on the excellent job they did with the track team this year. And we talked about in the past couple of episodes of the record numbers that Winnebago had. And I asked Dusty, I was trying to put this article together for the newspaper. I asked Dusty, how many kids, like the top number, how many kids were out for track when you guys were at your full capacity? He said they had 40 kids out. 40 kids out. So that has to be a school record because, like we said in an episode before that, we didn't have 40 kids in high school, let alone 40 kids go out for track. So shout out to those guys. And I know it must be a really good feeling to actually send somebody from your boys team and then from your girls team to the state track meet to represent the school. Winnebago's, our school, we're not used to sending people down every year, so when we do get athletes that go down there, it's always good to kind of put them up on that pedestal and let them know they did a good job. So I'm gonna say good job to them right now.
There you go.
All right. So like I said, we're gonna get into the sports show, man. We're gonna talk about football first, okay? We'll talk about football, 2025 football. As you both know, Winnebago went out and they did a flawless job this year, going undefeated in the All Nations Football League, and then coming home with some hardware. So, Coach Nick, you were on the sidelines with those guys. Let's talk a little bit about some of the really good things that happened this year. However you want to put it in words.
So I think the big thing this year was we were focused, like we had our eyes on the prize. Because I mean, it is nice to look back and be like, we were 11-0. We just, we had a lot of high scoring games. We had a lot of all-state guys, a lot of all-conference guys. It's easy to look back on that now and be happy. But there was a reason we were this focused. I mean, we lost in double overtime in the championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was what we built our entire season off of, was that one loss. Was that 1 yard. That's what we built our entire season off of, and we had a lot of buy-in on that from the whole team across the board.
Yep. And what I noticed too is that we mentioned this back in the fall, but a lot of successful football teams, like if you really watch football, and then I know BLUV and even MCE's back here, man, they love watching football. They're old football players, and so you really want to see like the best of them, and going undefeated is good. It's good, but you see like the learning process of the whole thing. But one thing that we all know is every level, if you have a dominant line, offensive line and a defensive line, man, you can go places. Your running backs and your quarterbacks don't even have to be, 5-star athletes. They could just be average athletes, but with a good line, the line can make them those 5-star athletes themselves.
Yeah.
And then, so the discussion is about that line, like Winnebago's line with Ashton, Dox, Perez, Chris Perez. Those three there all got some kind of award too throughout the year for their role being on the line.
And then didn't they have what's his name, little Mallory boy too?
Kendrick. It was his freshman year, and he did awesome.
Forget about the heart of the offense.
Oh, the heart of offense.
Pat Burke.
Oh, Pat Burke. Dude, and Pat Burke, he was like he said, the heart of offense. He was half the size, but he still was heart of the offense. He was the one that kept the train going.
Nice.
And they also had he's not a big guy either, but Zakai Redhorn.
Yep.
And he's a young guy that's gonna be huge for Winnebago next year.
Well, they're gonna need a line next year. They're losing Doxy and Tiny Baby, but Chris is gonna be there to help them out, and then you still get Mallory.
Yeah.
Those two are the big boys, but then you get those other two that can hold their own too at their size.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And then Raiden's gonna have to have a big year because I think when he was talking about Coach Nick was talking about that kind of that chip on their shoulder. I remember, I think Raiden was one that ran the ball and got cut short of the goal line on that one.
He was.
So I think he was only a freshman then, right? Because he's a sophomore this
He's a
year.
sophomore.
So he's a junior this year, so he'll be a senior next year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it seemed like he was one of the ones that kind of had that extra, that chip on his shoulder that he wanted to get stuff done.
And then add more onto that, he gets to the They get to the championship game, and he's injured. His knee?
Yep.
Yeah.
His knee, so he don't even get to play the championship game.
Yeah. That championship game would have been worse if he was in there.
Yeah.
They already blew him out, but then it would have been worse if Raiden was in there.
But think about what's going on right there, though,
Yeah.
about next season.
Yeah, I mean, there's times he stays with a dad right behind my house, and we got that hill back there. There was times when I was out mowing, and he kind of when I got done mowing out there, then he's bear crawling that hill back there, up and down, bear crawling on his hands and feet, and I'm just like, man, it just hurts my back looking at it, it hurts my knees looking at it, and I was like, and then he's just sweating, he's just doing it by himself. He must have did it 10, 15 times, and he got up and went and got some water, and then he at it again, running that hill and doing all whatever. So, so that was like last summer. So it was like, I know he was ready to go, but you get those little tweaks in your knee. But I think he tear something, his meniscus or
Yeah,
something.
he had surgery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he should be ready to go.
Towards meniscus, towards MCL, one of the two.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's been doing a lot of physical therapy on his own. One good thing I like to see, especially like after that football season, is so Elijah Whitebear. We got the scholarship, we got partial scholarship to go play football up at Morningside, and so he's actually been training really hard right now because he's gonna go up and play some college ball, and he wants to be ready because he knows those guys are big up there,
Yeah.
So he's out there training. But one thing I like to see is those younger guys are out there in the field with him, and they're working out with him, and so they're getting their reps in too at the same time. They're pushing lives to kind of. These guys are all in the weight room lifting, and they're trying to get bigger and bigger for next season. Elijah ain't coming back to high school. He's going to college now, so he's got to bulk up. And then the boys are out there running patterns and stuff like that for him and everything. So you really like to see that.
He's actually out there running the routes. Because I talked to him a few days ago. They actually have him on the roster as a slot receiver.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So
Nice.
he's the one actually running the routes out there.
Oh, okay. Well, who's throwing to him? Because inquiring minds for next season want to know who's throwing.
I saw a couple different boys throwing to him. They're kind of throwing back and
okay.
forth.
Keep it like that.
Yeah, that's
keep
good.
him guessing.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Well, see, Elijah, if he's running patterns, then they can use him as QB up there. They can use him as a little wide slot receiver.
Yeah.
So they got to be able to throw. So whoever's helping him now on the high school level, they need to start throwing hard because those
From Rockets.
Yeah, you got to be able to get those hands. But nowadays they got those gloves that Gorilla Glue on them gloves. Anybody can throw it. You can get a lineman catching a ball nowadays with those.
Catch it with your finger like that. You catch it.
Kev sitting over there shaking his head. Back then they didn't have that stuff, Kev. They used just your calloused up hands is one thing. You had a couple of tapes on your knuckles. I remember. I was a little bitty buck back then.
Gary's always trying to touch the ball, too.
You can't catch that.
That's a Eve.
I'm a lineman.
That's a Eve. Yeah, that's a Eve's like that. The famous one on Facebook is I'm a lineman.
Every
You're
time.
not supposed to throw to me.
If I get the ball, it's my fumble recovery.
Yeah. So so Winnebago, they they did go undefeated. They showed that they overcame something. You look at all these different teams in college sports, pro sports, stuff like that. That some teams they get so close, and then they're like, oh, well, next season they got to wait a whole another year to get that revenge. And it is a really good story. We've told the story many times about the double overtime. He just brought it up.
Yeah. I got a question. So we got a couple of older football players that we kind of talk about if we're out and about and kind of by ourselves. We talked about the high school team and stuff, and this question came up before. Is like, they're playing these native teams that some of them ain't really up to par to play in, so Winnebago's getting these big wins and stuff like that. So they're like, well, how would they fare if we played back in a regular, against the quote unquote white schools? How would they do? So I remember we talked about before. Is like, I totally believe that this team that just won that went 11-0. they would have done some damage against the quote unquote white schools too. You know, that's what I think this year. But you know, it'd be good. You know, it's kind of, you got mixed feelings. You know, you got people like, well, it's good that they're getting that confidence and stuff about beating up on these teams and stuff like that. But you know, what would happen if, you know, how would they be if they played these other schools? So, I mean, you just get other people talking about it. Myself, I'm just like, I think the last team was really gonna, and the team last year too. I said they would probably do real good against these other schools anyway. So it is what it is. But that's what they do. You got to sign a contract to be in this all native league. Is it what, 2 years, or how is it, or how do they do that?
Yeah, it's every 2 years.
Is there talks about them trying to get out of it and go get the regular schedule again, or
Not that I'm aware of.
not? Oh, okay. Yeah, just a little question. I know some people, some of the older athletes, was kind of thinking that.
It actually is a good question.
Not that old, Kev.
Yeah, it is a good question because like you said, there's a lot of people out there that are wondering that.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's even like in a conversation like, well, man, I wonder why they don't do this. You know. Well,
Yeah.
Well, then there's some answers here, you know.
Yeah.
And I got to go back to one of the things that our old buddy Adam James said one time. You know, like, when was the last time that Winnebago got one of their football players offered a scholarship?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to go way, way back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this football league that they're having, they don't win it every year, so it's not like it's 100% easy. You know, I mean, they have some easy games on their schedule, but you know, they don't win it every year.
Yeah.
This past couple of years just kind of showed up where our team was, right?
Yeah.
But then overall, Winnebago's getting looks. The kids are getting looks for some colleges. So that's my thing is like,
Yeah, but how much more than colleges, how much bigger schools or even more schools would be there if they're blowing up these public schools, so to speak, you know? So, I mean, there's two sides to everything. You don't really know.
Yeah.
So these are just questions that, you know, because it would, you know, we probably had a lot more if the Winnebago had the success they had in the past couple, 3-4 years in this all native league. If they had the same success against these public schools, would there be more athletes getting offered scholarships, partial scholarships, stuff like that? So
yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's
so
right.
that's
Though. I
it.
mean, if just say we went back to that and we went undefeated and state champs, we're at least getting 4 or 5 kids looked at.
That's
you know?
what I mean. Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I mean, that's facts, though. That's facts.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
facts.
I think any one of those offensive linemen or the big boys could went and play. You know, they could go play bigger schools, college schools, Docs and Tiny Baby, and you know, Perez got one more year, but just the way they held themselves against all these schools this year, it's just like, you know, Booby had a big year, but like we said, he was smart when he ran the ball because he waited for his blocks. He kind of reminded me of Flip a little bit when Flip played because he waited, like Flip waited for Kev or Mario or something like that. And he kind of, remember, he used to get a handful of
their belt
shirts
line.
or a
Yep.
belt or something and let him go. And
Just read your blocks.
yep, and then just wait. And as soon as that block happened, then he's gone. You know, so I seen Booby do that a lot. So I'm just like, you know, as he got older, because he's not only fast, but he kind of got smarter as he got older, more mature, and IQ popped up. So Booby a good football player.
Like his junior year, sophomore year, he'd try to get ahead of his blockers.
Yeah.
You know, he would
Yeah.
boom because he's faster than him. But
Yeah.
this year he's good reading it.
Yeah, he's really good football player, that kid right there. And then I seen him and his mom and Townsend's guys. You know, he jumped on the airplane for the first time this morning. I think it was this morning and went vacation or something.
Oh,
He
yeah?
had that look on his face like, oh damn, he's never been on a plane before. He said that's what Tom said, and Tom's been making that plane go leaning to one way.
Yeah. Yes.
Just teasing him.
Yeah. So actually, you know, I don't know if that was announced, but Booby announced to us not too long ago that he's going to continue on his football.
Really? I didn't know. Really?
Yeah.
Did he get an offer?
I heard that he's going to be playing next year at Minnesota Morris,
Oh, okay.
and I know that there's a lot of native kids that go to school up there. I believe Minnesota Morris is one of those schools where for native students that tuition is free.
Oh, okay.
But then they also it's a university, so they have all the sports and stuff like that too. So there's a lot of kids that go to school there.
Just think when he learns the technique on how sprinters do.
Oh
When he
man,
learns the technique down, how fast he is now. Well, then if all of those fails, don't they have a good little step line and drum line? If all else fails, you got that. You got some rhythm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just look forward to finding out what he's doing,
Yep.
Next year. I tried to get him in a studio for like an interview, and he's too camera shy.
He's not a
man.
big talker.
No, but you know what I did is I picked him up, and I went for a ride with him, and he talks if you pick him up and tell him that you're not going to drop him off until you're done asking questions.
You sure you had a little sound bite on your phone ready to record?
Yeah, no, but he did a good job. He just you could tell how much that he's grown in this last couple of years, because not only of course is he taller and faster and stuff like that, but he even talks better. He's real smart. You could tell his football IQ is real high because he talks about situational kind of stuff that we always talk about. So being a youngster and knowing that stuff, like just like the back of your hand, reading blocks and play calling and stuff like that, just.
Then it was when him and Raiden was playing this year, it was pick your poison there because you didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, they're both of them good little football players.
Yeah, you can hand off to either one of those guys. It's an automatic 20.
Yeah, easy 20. Or
Yeah.
someone going to run over someone or someone's going to blow by someone, or both.
Well, I want to say at this point right here, just congratulations again to the boys for their championship season.
Yep.
I know they got some really dope rings. I think Coach Nick got a ring. Did you?
Yep.
Yeah. So he got one of those.
They got
good
hoodies too. Did you guys get hoodies from the Tribe Concert
Yeah.
or something? Got them? Yeah.
So they got hooked up. And then they even had a big old meal for him that everybody took about 2 platters home.
This guy right here. There's probably pictures of it on Facebook. Yeah.
So-
Coach then took most of it.
So you guys got any words if the football players are listening? Any shout outs or anything?
Congratulations on a good season, boys, and good luck on your future endeavors to the seniors and Raiden and all the young guys. Hit the weights. Stay hitting the weights.
Yeah. Coach Nick.
I mean, I see a lot of them
All the time anyway?
Yeah, but I mean, just get in the weight room this summer, boys. Keep working hard, and thank you to all the seniors for their contributions to our program throughout the years.
Yep.
Yeah, then my little bit of advice is Raiden came out to my house one night, Rakeem's birthday, and he stood up and kind of took it upon himself to stand up and say a couple words and said some good words, said some really good words to Rakeem, his bro and stuff. And then before he sat down, he said, "And let's go get our other ring next year." So
Nice.
those boys, they're looking to play again next year and have the same goal, try to get back-to-back rings, and they know it's going to be a lot of work because they lost a lot.
Yeah.
So
If they get a decent quarterback to hand off the ball and lay him up there for Kimi to go get, that'd be good. Another 1-2 punch.
yeah, definitely need to get in the weight room this summer and get out there in that field, man. And do it. Keep on doing what you guys are doing out there, running patterns and all that kind of stuff. It ain't gonna do nothing but help.
Yep.
Oh. All right, real quick, let's move into volleyball. Volleyball season for the Lady Indians wasn't like I know what they expected, but they did. We did talk about them a lot during volleyball season. We live streamed a lot of their games, and a lot of their games, BLUV and Nick, you guys were both at these games. A lot of games were close.
Yeah.
like they lost these really close games like all season long.
All these sets. Yep.
And then there were a couple that they pulled off that were kind of like, oh yeah, they got one finally. They got the one, and these aren't against pushover teams.
Yeah.
So I know BLUV, you have Cassidy on a squad. You got to watch all her games. Just kind of give me a little insight on the volleyball squad, and then what you're looking forward to next year.
Well, how I looked at this past season was that, they got to learn how to play together and keep the attitudes in check. The older girls got to encourage the younger girls and not get upset at them if they have one little mess up and stuff like that. So, and I know we kind of got, I think there's even a new coach that's going to be stepping in. So the expectations for next year are kind of blurry because we don't know who the new coach is going to be. But a lot of them girls that I think that volleyball team was kind of senior heavy. So there's still a couple of juniors, and then we got a real good core of young girls coming up that played a lot of varsity. They got in the rotation. I think it was Coach Sam had them doing all kinds of different sets and how they do stuff, and then just to give props to my granddaughter Cassidy, she stepped in. They originally had her as a setter, her and Eugene's daughter, the senior, I forget her name,
Lula.
yeah. So they were kind of alternated off as doing the setting, and then but then by the end of the season, they kind of lost some girls, and then Cass was doing a little bit of everything. Then she was hitting towards the end of the season, and then she did real good. They all did real good. There's a couple of them, both bunnies, Jelena Earth and I forget her other name. We call her Bunny. What's her name?
Callan.
Cal, yeah. And those guys are both juniors, and they both played all the time, and they're both really good. Honeydew, her being 6'8" or however tall she is, 6'2", 6'1", but she's same thing. They're all just juniors, and they're all got another year, so they're they just gotta play together and encourage the young ones. Don't get upset with them. Encourage them, because everybody don't like to lose.
Yep.
But getting upset with the young ones ain't gonna help nothing in the long run. So just kind of helping each other along and stuff like that, and see what goes on from there. Yeah, that's what I think. Look for next year. So I'm fired up for that.
I'd also say, as a coach, on top of encouraging each other, learn to take constructive criticism. Not everything is an attack on you. It's not an attack on your personality. It's just criticism to make you better.
Yeah, definitely agree with both you guys on that. And my encouraging words, I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but for the volleyball girls, if you guys want to make a better run next year than this summer, make sure and get in the gym, get in that weight room, lift a little bit, and then work on your craft. When you're in the gym, you don't always have to just go shoot around and shoot baskets. Bring a volleyball down, work on your passing against the wall, or bring a homegirl down with you so you guys can practice on your passing, on your sets, and different things like that. Just like any other sport, you have to lift the weights to get strength and speed, and then you have to hit those reps and stuff like that, and get in the gym for your fundamentals. And you work hard, you can put hours and hours in. There's nothing that you can't accomplish for real.
Yep.
So that's my encouraging words for the volleyball squad. And then whoever the new coach is, yeah, man, hey, make the game fun.
Yeah.
Make the game fun. I mean, teach fundamentals, because every season start off at the beginning of the sports, whatever sport it is, you have to reteach those fundamentals, and you have to reteach them good. Stress on those fundamentals, and then make the game fun, because if it ain't fun, they're not gonna play hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, all right, hey, BLUV, Nick, basketball season was kind of pretty sick, right? We covered so much basketball because, of course, it's indoors, and we have a couple other communities that loves our live stream. So they asked us to come down, sponsored us to come down, and we did the live stream at different schools. So we seen a lot of basketball. But overall, basketball season, I'll give my thoughts at the end if I want you guys to tell your thoughts, and you guys can put the girls and then the boys together, or however you want to do it. But you guys got the mic.
Go ahead, Coach Nick, start it off.
So I'd say, just as far as boys, they were really fun to watch this year. Just watching them buy into David's methodology, his coaching, and what he had to offer, and slowly watching them come together as a team. That was really fun to watch. We had a lot of good players. Kimi's fun to watch. Preston was fun to watch. Ashton's always super fun to watch. As far as the girls, they really did have a younger team this year.
Yep.
So that was interesting to watch them grow and develop just as players. Because when I say young, I mean young. They had one senior throughout, and that was Breezy.
Yep.
They had a couple kind of finish up their seasons early.
Oh yeah.
But we had Breezy was the one that was there through it all.
Yep. I gotta agree too. We had Breezy on the show a couple times this year, and that was one of the things that we kind of gave her props on, was sticking it out
every year.
Sticking it out every year.
And she gave props to her mom about being on her, saying you're not gonna go out for these sports and then not finish.
Yep.
So whatever you're starting, you're gonna finish it. So shout out to her mom, Jordan, for being the type of mother she is for her daughter like that, and even her other younger daughter too, Thule.
Yeah.
She's gonna be another good little athlete. So, but yeah, Breezy was there. She came in she always come in and she was always encouraging to the younger ones, and you see like someone had a bad pass or someone hit a good in volleyball or not volleyball but basketball that they threw it where they shouldn't have been, or even something that Breezy would always be running right over there and just say, "Don't worry about it, let's go get it back, we'll do it," you know. So she was always like one of them one kind of team leaders, you know. So but with the girls basketball team, for me, it's pretty much the same thing for basketball as it was with volleyball. You know, we have some of the older girls, you know, kind of getting on the younger ones for bad, you know, but they just want to win. You know, the older ones, they just want to win. They want to do this, but like it's, you know, like you said, some of it can be constructive criticism, but some of them, you know, it's not. So, you know, I mean, I hear a lot. So anyway, but those girls, those young girls that come in, they're gonna be the next ones that are gonna come up and wear those blue and white and do that. So those older girls need to help them along. You know, just help them along. They're gonna be real good. They're gonna be pretty good. All of them, even they were good this year. You know, you got the two. What are they?
Blackbird.
Yeah, Blackbird girls. They're like the engine, especially the older ones. She just don't quit, just constantly running. And Mars the same way. They just, I don't know where they get that extra gear. You know, just like constantly running, scrappy. So that's kind of stuff you like to see. You know, but like I said, once the younger girls, they get their chance when they get in there and they get to play for a while and they get the sweat going and they get the rhythm going. There's some that can knock them down. Cass knock them down. Mills will knock them down. You know, you can get them going. So, Hewlett Letty, you know, is another one. You know, then we got a little. I don't know who the 8th grade girls coming up for this year is for next year. So, couldn't really give them too much because I don't know any of them until this next year. So, but then the boys, yeah, like he said earlier, it's one game away from the state tournament, and
I mean,
pretty stacked.
They played a really good Douglas County team. That team ended up going to the
They
state
got
championship.
second. Yeah,
Yep.
they got second. Yep.
They got the state championship, and
Isn't that team usually Class B?
I'm not sure.
No.
I think we looked that up. I don't think so. I think
No?
I think they've been Class C1 for a while.
But they just had a year because I never heard of them.
Yeah.
I never even.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where we just never got matched up with them in districts or anything.
Yeah.
And they're not in our conference, and they're probably not really one of those games we want to play on a year in, year out basis.
Kind of like Ashland Greenwood.
You know, at least that was one good thing about this team that we
And
had.
that was the thing. Ashland Greenwood is the state champions.
Yeah.
They played each other there.
So see, that's what I was gonna say. So Winnebago's last two games, but last two big games was Ashland Greenwood. And then they won the 2 games in subs, and they got to face off against the runner-ups. So this season they got to play number 1, number 2. At the end, not preseason or something like that. That's at the end.
They picked a heck of a game to go cold in that both of those games too.
Yeah.
Didn't Winnebago score like 19 points in the whole game?
Yeah, that first one.
Again,
and
yeah.
I think they were
That
they
was
were hyped up too about that game too. So,
Yeah.
but hey, maybe that's going to be another one of those stories, like, you know, almost getting there.
Yeah.
And you just got to
Got
get over
that
the
chip.
hump.
Yep.
Got to get over the hump.
Since
And I
we-
mean, that would perfectly describe this year for a lot of our athletes, is just trying to get over that hump, because they're not even the only team to run into that issue. Like, you have them losing in the district championship. You have like G-Boy, who got 11th at districts. Top 10 go.
By 2 strokes?
3.
By 3 strokes?
Yep.
and
So I
he's
was
been
talking
on fire this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking to Coach Macklin a little bit after. He was like, I was saying 81 was going to go. And he was dead on. 81 went.
Wow.
And there's another one, Kimmy Stover. She got 16th at districts cross country.
And
Top
took-
15 go.
took 15, yeah.
And then Rock, he got did he get 18th or?
I think he was 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So he was a couple, remember I was saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple places away.
And then I remember we talked about that, you know, like a little bit after it happened, was hindsight's always 20/20, but you're kind of looking at that course. I'm like, he would have had a better chance if he would have made a move at the beginning rather than when he was gassed out at the end. It's just one of those things where you kind of think, if you had done things a little differently,
Yep.
would have panned out a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, like, just you saying that, I remember we talked about that. So before the district track meet, I said those same exact words to him. Start your kick early. Don't wait till the end.
Yep.
You can rest later. You know, I know it sounds easier said than done, but this could possibly be your last run.
Yep.
So might as well. Why not?
That's
So-
right. Go harder. I just want to try to backpedal a little bit to Ashton Greenwood, not basketball and all this track. We have a young Ho-Chunk member that runs track, sophomore down there, that runs the 100 and 200 like BLUV did down there. He won the 200 and he won the gold down there for Ashton Greenwood. So I'm tell you where he comes from, the Levering side. When Everett Leverings and Daphne Evans is there, they had a son a while ago, and his offspring, he has a couple of boys. His name's John. He has a couple of boys that went to school at Ashton Greenwood. One graduated this year, and his sophomore won the 200 and ran that 200 and almost 20 seconds flat, 19.89 or something like that. I have to look at it like fast. He's actually, after the 4th of July or something, he's actually going to go to New England from where his mom's from. He's double residency, so he can go. He wants to run an Olympics, so it's a better chance of running from the Olympics, running from New England instead of from the U.S. So he has to go there for 3 months to get his residency. Then he's going to come back to school, be ready for track season. And then, so that's what he's trying to do. So anyway, I want to give a little shout out and a little props to another Ho-Chunk boy that goes to school down there. There's a couple of them. So, but yeah, that's fast. I mean,
So if he ran Class C 200, then we watched him run, didn't we?
he might have won it.
No, well, see, we watched while you watched that second, or no, you didn't watch the
watched-
championship, but
didn't
we
watch
watched
finals, yeah.
all the heats. So we
Yeah.
watched him run.
Oh.
We watched him run because we watched all the first
Sure.
preliminary
Yeah.
heats.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that would have been good to know ahead of
Yeah,
time.
see, I mean, yeah, I didn't really realize it either until afterwards.
Yeah.
Until after he.
Oh, Coach Nick and I, we saw some other natives down there from different schools. There was a native girl from Valentine, so she's probably from Rosebud because
Yep.
that's right up by there.
I think Pine Ridge.
Valentine.
Valentine's right up by Chamberlain, right?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Valentine. Yep. Valentine, Nebraska. Yeah.
Yeah. So where's
Oh, no.
Pine Ridge? I thought it was Rosebud.
Yeah, but it's up by Rosebud.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
Rosebud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
right across the river.
So, and then there was another one. I didn't see where she was from, but I didn't know where she's from. I never heard the town, but you could tell she was native. And then what I found out is she signed to go play basketball somewhere too. This girl in the high jump.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think her name was.
And
her
she,
last name was Hand.
she ended up winning. I think. Was that the one
Well,
that?
she was one of them that was tied at the 5-3 with.
Yep.
with those girls?
So just based off temp, she won.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
natives were showing up.
That's
down
good.
there.
Don't say anything else.
What about crack?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well just talk about that because we're talking about the state track meet, because
Yeah.
we didn't really even talk about. We were going to talk about later on in the show, but
Yeah.
so Coach Nick and I, man, we were down there, had the best seats in the house. We had our little media jackets on,
Oh, nice.
and
Did they fit?
they fit. Huh? We didn't have to. We couldn't button
Yeah.
them, but
It was hot.
Buff wore one. He tied it up right here.
Lifted it far as it could go.
Yeah, no, but well, we'll talk about BLUV first. He got into the 100 and the 200. They did prelims on that first night or the first day of the
day.
track, and then it rained down there. It was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
But then they just delayed it. But then it ran probably a half hour, 45 minutes later. But like he was literally like with a group of boys that they broke the school record or the state record in those prelims.
Really?
kid
So-
from Battle Creek.
Yeah, and
That was insane. It was like a 10.53. That was ridiculous.
as soon as he got done running, because I kind of thought he was running a little extra fast than everybody else. As soon as it was quiet. Remember, it was quiet because everybody like ooh, and then it got quiet. Everybody was looking up at the big screen.
Yeah.
and it showed that it was what 10
10.53.
10.53, and everybody's like just said wow all together at the same time, and set a new state record.
I mean, it was just an insanely stacked sprinters roster this year. Not even just Class C. I mean, Class C is always stacked with sprinters, but I mean, just across the board, A through D, it was such a stacked sprinter roster.
Yeah.
I need to look at that because I might have over-exaggerated a little bit on that 200 from that or relative from hit. Because if they ran 110.6, you run a 200, it had to have been
At least 11.
20. No, yeah. So it was
At
probably
least
like 21.
Yeah.
So it was probably around there. I might have exaggerated a little bit, but
Do you remember the 200? What the time was on that 200?
I don't.
No?
I didn't watch finals.
we need to
Man,
look
but
that up.
there's some fast guys.
I
though.
don't even have my phone. I'd text my wife to say, hey, find me this info. I should have thought about it for you.
Those guys, especially that guy that broke that state record, fastest guys I ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah, they barely caught me.
They barely caught you.
They barely caught me.
But yeah, there were a lot of fast sprinters down there because by his standards, Booby didn't run bad.
No,
That was his third, and those are both his third best times of the year.
Yeah, yeah, and it was stacked.
And I mean, I talked to him after. I was like, you're still a top 10 fastest person in the state.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was
What
like,
he finished 5th?
you got 10th. You got 10th
10th.
in the 100 and 11th in the 200.
Okay.
So
he
he-
must
he-
got 5th in his
heat.
Yeah, that's what I
got.
said.
I think he got 4th or 5th in that first in the 100, and
He
then
got 4th in his heat in the 200.
yeah,
And then 5th in the other one.
Yep.
That's right.
Because we were like, any other year, you make the finals, you might medal. It was just insanely talented sprinters roster this year.
yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
That's just like trackflation. Every
Yeah.
year the numbers go up and up and up.
Class.
Class C.
I think it was C1 or C2. What's Ashton Green with C1?
Track is just C.
Just C?
Yeah. Track's just A, B, C, D.
Oh, okay. So it's just C, just no A or R. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, then just to touch on it real quick too, like Jessup Snowball was in the same boat that they ran the 800, and the 800 it was stacked. I think they had 2 or 3 heats, and I think there was no finals or anything like that, was there?
Oh, what did Jessup run?
The 800.
Yeah, no finals.
So there was like 30 something runners, 26 runners. I can't remember.
And they just took top 5, just ran once?
Yeah, we got twice around, but it was the same thing, and I know that during his interview, he talked about how comfortable he is running and stuff, and that's kind of what he wants to do. And so I know in that young man's heart that he's got another year next year, and I know that he wants to do even better because just yesterday I was cruising by after work, and him and his dad were at the track, and he was already running.
Yep, they were down there this morning.
Oh, he's out there this morning too.
Yep.
So see, there's something he wants to do.
Yeah.
There's something he wants to prove to himself. So Jessup, great job down there. Congratulations for representing the Winnebago tribe and then your home school at Homer. I know that everybody's real proud of you, man. Just keep it up. Keep it up. And then, so let's get to the last one right here. Our very own Ho Chung daughter here, Miss Gianna Grant. She went down to the state track meet to represent Winnebago, to represent the Winnebago school in the high jump competition. Now, this is the one that I'm more comfortable talking about because back in the day, I used to high jump too, and I made it down there to Burke High School my 10th grade year, and man, it was an amazing experience. So it was different to have the experience as I guess a news reporter, kind of, but I really had a fun time, and me and you had the best seats in the house.
Yeah.
Nick, best seats in the house. And you had the left angle, I had the right angle. We was taking pictures, and man, so proud of her, man. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you talk a little while. So I'll follow
man.
you up.
So I'd say like with both of them, it felt like a long time coming. But with Gianna, it was so heartwarming to see her finally make it, just because she had some heartbreakers at districts. Like her freshman year, she didn't really think about it as much. It was like she placed at districts, but she didn't. But she didn't qualify. But her distance was still in there in triple jump, where if somebody gets pushed out, you might make it. And then it ended up not getting pushed out after the last district results rolled in. And that one was kind of like, could have made it, but we're not gonna dwell on it too much. Then last year our IMATA qualifier was higher. It was 5.2 in the high jump, and she she gave it her best try on her with her, it's like if she doesn't make it on her first 2 tries, she's gonna be in her head about it. So it's like those first 2 tries she didn't make it, then she was crying before she made her 3rd attempt at 5.2 last year at district. So I mean, just awesome to see her finally make it. She was the number 1 high jumper out of all the districts. So I mean, she kind of talked about that, like she going into the state tournament, she was the number 1 high jumper in Class C.
Yeah.
She ended up tying for first, but the other 2 beat her on attempts, so she got 3rd. That was really cool. I was talking to her and her mom and her dad after the track meet. I was like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, that's unprecedented. I was like, people don't just break through to the track meet and then they don't break through to the state track meet and medal. I was like, that's something like Jared did. He did the same thing. He finally broke through and he was champion. And I'm like, you finally broke through to the state track meet and you medal and you get the same height that first place got.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were watching. She gave her heck at 5.5.
Yeah.
That first one, it was a really good jump. Like, it was like one of those 50-50 jumps. She could have made it. And I think that was about all she had left in the tank.
Yeah. I remember visiting with her just a little bit. Even before the 5.3 attempt, we were chatting over there, and I was telling her about one of the girls that she was jumping with, and I was saying, it's your speed, Gianna. It's your speed. Your first 2 attempt, or no, it's your speed on that first attempt. It just looked like you were kind of trying to time yourself, and you weren't trying to explode. I said her first 2 attempts, I already knew she was missing it because she wasn't running fast enough. And on her 3rd attempt, her coach must have told her, you need to pick up speed, because on her 3rd attempt, she actually picked up speed, and then she actually exploded. For her first 2 attempts, she didn't do that. So fast forwarded about 5-7 minutes, Gianna goes up, tries 5.3 twice and misses it. And I'm sure that's what it was, right?
She got it on her 2nd attempt.
On her second one?
Yep.
Because I noticed that her first attempt, it was kind of like that lollygag that I was
It's
telling her about.
that kind of like that technique. You see a lot of those pro Olympic, how she does it.
Yeah.
So I seen that. So I said, she really does have that technique and down, and then when she jumps and then she curls all over, I think it looked good.
So her technique that you're talking about, it was slower than usual. It was slower. So as she was getting closer to the bar, and the explosion couldn't be there because there was not that speed. So on her last attempt, she really picked up speed, man. She got it. She cleared it. And yeah, she was in tears, and she was over there, and she's like, she knew that after she made that one that she medaled.
Yeah.
So, and then like Nick said, she was at the height that those other girls were at when they all went out on. Like nobody cleared that height, but
They got 5.3 in their first attempt.
Yeah,
That's what
she
it was.
got on the 3rd.
She got her 2nd.
Oh, on the 2nd.
Yep.
yeah.
So I know you kind of been looking around at all school records and stuff. What was the school records? I seen everything saying that she might get the school record. What's the?
Oh, she's had the school record since her.
It's hers?
Yeah, she has the school record in the triple jump and the high jump.
Her high jump's what, 5.3? That's her
Yep.
school record.
Yep.
So she tied her record.
Yeah, and she had it before, and she beat
Yep.
it.
Bumped it all.
Yeah.
So this guy went down to high jump and down to state in the high jump too. What'd you end up jumping? 6.3?
It was 6'3.5" at districts, but only 6'2" at state.
Yeah, see, I saw my stepson Trey Blackhawk. He has the school record. He
Yep.
jumped 6'7", and he did that at districts to get to state. And then I think down to state it was 6'3". He couldn't get 6'5", and yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of windy that day, and Trey's kind of skinny guy back then too. But he taught himself how to do it all on his own. And then he jumped back then. He jumped off his right
Opposite.
leg because he went left-handed.
opposite leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he jumped higher that way. I remember he got his 2 dunks in basketball that junior year. They were left-handed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yes. So overall, state track meet was an awesome experience. I kind of got a T-shirt too, bro.
Car cover.
Car cover. But it was a fun time. Really proud of all the athletes from our little village here in Winnebago, down there representing our Winnebago people. So So yeah, congrats guys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about G-Boy. Now, I know you mentioned just for a second.
Let me just for a second here, guys. I just
Oh, yeah,
wanna-
go ahead.
I might need to dip out here at 6, but I do got my grandson playing his first baseball game here. He started already half hour ago, so I'm late already. But just to touch base with this, our young Ho Chung relative down there that won the 200 down there. His name's I don't know how you say it. Liam Jensen. He ran the 200 in 21.74 for the gold medal down there in Class C.
Oh, so congratulations, Liam.
Yeah, congratulations, my
Young
boy.
relative, and yeah, we're gonna have to try to follow that kid then.
Yeah, keep that. Class B? Okay,
Okay.
so Class B. So
Okay, so that would have been the day before then. That's probably why we didn't see it then.
Okay.
yeah, so Class B. I'm sorry. We all thought Ashton Greenwood was C1, but I mean C. But
So Liam Jensen, from family,
from the Levering family.
from the Levering family. So make sure if you're related to the Leverings, maybe go find him on Facebook and add him on Facebook. And we could all follow his progress as a student athlete because that's what we do.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna dip out a little early here, boys. I mean, there's only 2 minutes left, but I gotta go watch my grandson play. So it was good talking with you guys. Good visiting. I'll see you guys on the next episode, and you guys go ahead and continue.
Peace
out.
All right, Coach Nick. Only got a couple minutes left. I know. You're sitting there. You look like you want to bring something up. It looked like you was trying to say something. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the mic. And I'm not sure what you're trying. If you're gonna talk about.
I was gonna say, I know we want to talk about G-Boy, but I mean, we got 2 minutes left, man. We gotta save the best for last.
Okay.
Champ, Jared Doxey.
Jared Doxey. Let's get to it. Man, BLUV's going to walk out on the last thing that I wanted to do, too, because I wanted to make sure that each one of us got to pick out who we think should be the Big Voice Sports Athlete of the Year. So I'm going to have to get with Buff and talk about that. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. Jared Doxey, man. We talked about football. We talked about him on the line and everything like that. But we skipped over wrestling because we wanted to save the best for last. Go ahead, Nick.
So I mean, he just had a heck of a season, man. I mean, going all the way back to districts in 2025, that was his last loss of his high school career.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he's. I would put him on the Mount Rushmore of Winnebago athletes.
I totally agree. I do totally agree. David Winter would be on there, and I would have to sit there and think a lot about the other ones too, the other two.
So I mean, it's really unprecedented. I mean, undefeated. How many undefeated seasons have we had in any sport?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah, and he got to have 2 undefeated seasons in 1 year, his senior year, right?
His
No, I'm
just
talking-
his
I'm talking
junior
about-
year he wasn't.
I'm talking about football.
Oh yeah, that was
Football
nice for him.
and wrestling in
Yep.
1 year. He got to. So what was the record for football?
11-0,
11-0,
Yeah.
and then what was his wrestling record?
55-0.
55-0, 66-0 his senior year for those 2 sports. Man, that is not just unprecedented.
Yep.
That never happened before.
Yeah.
That never happened before. Oh my God. So which brings me to this. Like that's what we was going to talk about. I'm pretty sure BLUV is going to be on the same boat as us guys. But if we get all the athletes that that did all of the sports this year, and we had to choose our own athlete of the year, I would pick Jared Doxey.
Yeah.
That would be my athlete of the year. Definitely got some medals here, some big voice medals. So when I see Dox again, or I'm gonna go find him, I want to make sure and go give him that medal. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell me your athlete of the year.
I think it would have to be Jared. I mean, he broke so many records. I mean, he was an all-conference guy for football, all-state guy for football, state champion. He's got selected for the Senior Bowl for wrestling. He's kind of just doing it all this year.
Yeah, and I see that he's wrestling past the wrestling season. He's going to these I don't know if they're exhibitions or if they're tournaments or something like that, but I see that he's still winning out there too.
So it's like AAU wrestling
AAU?
tournaments, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, then you got to think. I mean, he's giving back. I mean, they have the Perler camp down there, and he's down there helping kids, coaching. He's going to be coaching at the Kearney camp this year. Like I said, man, he's really just doing it all. I'm proud of him.
yeah. So for the listeners out there that have been following Jared Doxey and haven't heard anything about what his plans are, he got a scholarship to go wrestle and go to school out there in University of Nebraska at Kearney. And so next year he's going to be representing, do you know what they're called out there?
Lopers.
The Lopers?
Yep.
He's going to be representing the Lopers out there in Kearney. So he's another athlete that we're going to make sure and follow. I got him on Facebook, so I can follow him like that. But he's kind of becoming an icon around here.
I mean, I'm excited for what he's going to do at Kearney. I mean, they're a powerhouse. So, I mean, I'm so glad that he was able to get in there. I mean, he's only going to get so much better. Talking to Coach Tranmer, how he was talking to the coaches, they're like, we feel like we've only scratched the surface with this kid.
Yeah.
They're like he could be like another one of the guys they had go through their program who was like an Olympic trials guy.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for everything he's gonna do out there. They're defending national champions, so he might get another ring.
Man, I'm telling you, like those opportunities like that, once in a lifetime opportunities, and it just proves to these young men, these young women that all this hard work, it's not just corny and cliche, that all this hard work pays off at the end if you really, really put your heart into everything. So,
I mean, that kind of just, that's not even just him, man. I mean, that's a lot of this graduating senior class. I mean, just kind of wrapping up, kind of starting to wrap up the season. I mean, I've told each and one of them, I'm like, you guys are like some of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Like, me as a coach, I'm like, you guys are going to be the standard I set for my athletes going forward of how much effort you should give each and every day.
Yep.
So, I mean, one of the things that I started that stuck with me as a coach this year was how you do the little things or how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
And they did it. They took everything serious, the small things, everything across the board. Yeah. They were serious about their process and how they carried themselves and how they handled their business.
Oh man, I saw it too. I saw all that stuff you're saying. You get to talk to one every day. I get to see him from the stands or from the crow's nest or from the live stream spot or something like that. And I'm just glad to have a coach and a mentor like you, Coach Nick, because you put your heart into everything that you do. It shows too. So I'm gonna give you props. And like I was saying earlier in the show, that this is probably gonna be like a sad show or something like that, because in a couple of weeks we don't have really any high school sports to report, so we're going to go in a different direction and maybe start getting some interviews from some old alumni, college graduates that played sports and stuff like that, and hear their stories. So but that's gonna how it is, and that's what we had written down for the show today. Coach Nick, man, I want to say thank you to you for stopping in again and feeding us all this information about our student athletes up there at the school. And it is a sad time that school is ending, but summertime, these kids need to get out there and get to work.
Yep.
They got some weightlifting to do. They got some skills to do. They got summer youth to do. All this good stuff. So any departing words?
Appreciate you guys having me. Oh, just, like sticking with what you say, get in the weight room. Weight room times are posted on our school page. There's probably about 4 different slots for boys or girls to get in every day. There's 7 times total to get in the weight room. I know girls basketball is going to be doing an open gym Monday and Friday, 5:30 to 6:30. So there's just numerous opportunities for them to get better this summer. Like I said, they're doing the Perler camp at the school right now for wrestling. I know we'll have football camp coming up soon. They'll have basketball camps coming up in June. And whatever else the school has planned this year. There's lots of opportunities to get better this off season, so keep your ears out.
So if a kid that's maybe a new student here or hasn't gone out for football or any of the sports but wants to, and they're not sure who to talk to first, maybe they, do you have anybody they can talk to, like contact such and such, or is anybody gonna be at the school? Contact you on Facebook.
I mean, I'll be at the school. I'm at the school most days, obviously weights and conditioning. I try to cover as many sessions as I can. So I'm usually at the school. It's a good way to start, by just getting, talking, trying to get your foot in the door. That's a good place to start. Because, I mean, somebody I would say is Brandon Walker. He didn't do sports his entire high school career. And he starts doing weights and conditioning his senior year, and he's like, I kind of want to play football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just get your foot in the door. Figure out figure out what's going on, figure out what you want to do, and just talk to the right person.
Yeah, I'll just put it like this too. Parents out there, if you're listening and you know, maybe your kid's interested in going out for sports this year and he wants to know where to start. Well, where to start is in the summertime. And you definitely look at the school's Facebook page. They have all the weightlifting, the gym times, everything's posted on their page. I would say just bring your kid over to one of those sessions and go talk to the coaches that are there. That'd probably be the easiest route to do is get that. And I told the coaches that would help recruit for their conditioning and stuff too. So parents, let's get these kids involved in the weight room and in this training stuff, because a lot of this is happening because these youngsters are all competing with each other for playing time and positions. A lot of graduates that graduated out this year, so there's positions that are open, and so one good way to get seen by the coaches is in the weight room.
Yep.
Or at the trainings. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished. You are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This is your host, DJ Coach Q, signing out.